Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading for April 13th to the 20th. This is going to be a week. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's jump in. Remember, the blue asterisk, always the best aspects, and there are going to be some here this week that we have not seen in our lifetime. One that's happening on Sunday, that's not even on the whiteboard. I ran out of room, but we're going to talk about that. It is amazing. All the planets are direct. There are no retrogrades. This is definitely going to be a time of action. It's going to be a time of networking, moving forward, building bridges, especially for you. Looking at what's happening on, okay, so here's the thing. I'm actually might have to spend a little bit more time with y'all because this is going to be really big, okay? Your traditional ruler, your modern ruler, they're both really activated. We actually kick off this week with the moon in your sign, so there's that, okay? So just get ready. You are definitely, your life is changing. I mean, we are coming out of the old, moving into the new. I've talked about this for weeks, all right? And this week is definitely going to be very like lights, camera, action. I'll tell you why. But remember, you are still riding that huge wave from March, from the eclipses, from the weekend last week. That was just bonkers. And so it's all a lot. And even the full moon that we just had, right? The one that's going to be happening on April 12th. If you're, watching this, like we're approaching it, right? So, really big. There's some big endings, new beginnings. Remember, Juno was there, bringing justice and truth. It's big. A lot of things in your life may have been, really illuminated. Mars was hitting hard around that time. So just think old patterns, systems, structures. It's getting rid of the old, whether you're the snake anyway, shedding skin, Jupiter's flowing here. Okay, so you're just building a lot of momentum now. All right. And to be honest, building to next week when we have those enormously powerful conjunctions and your two rulers in opposition. We will talk about that. All right. So let's just jump right in. Tuesday on the 15th, not even on the whiteboard, but listen, like I said, You've got the moon in your sign. That's going to be like Monday, Tuesday, but you know that you're Scorpio. You know when the moon is in your sign, it brings that intensity. Okay, so on Tuesday, just going to let you know real quickly, all right, we are going to have this really great water trine. And with the moon in your sign, Mars in Cancer, Mercury in Pisces, you being a water side, like you are going to be moved. You're going to be emotionally moved. You're going to want to get things done. There's a lot happening here. There's a lot happening here. In terms of like you're definitely going to be on a mission to have more joy, pleasure, like just feeling romantic, feeling like in the zone. The one thing I'm going to say, this is again, just bonkers. Juno, remember Juno was highly active over that full moon, Juno being in Sagittarius. Remember that was at 0 degrees, so it was really strong. Well, Juno is now in your sign. So this water trine, Juno's here in your sign. We will talk about it more in the second spread. This is going to be a big day for you, okay? Now, Wednesday, this is like buckle up. Mercury's moving into Aries. Again, okay? Again, remember Mercury went into Aries March 3rd, then went retrograde, then flip-flopped, in and out of Pisces. And now Mercury's back in Aries, direct. I'm knocking things over, until May 10th. So yeah, you're going to feel this because Mercury in Pisces is very like dreamy, dreaming the dream. Mercury in Aries is talking the talk, walking the walk, action, clarity, initiating things, not looking back. Aries being the ram, the I am. This is your time. It's very energetic. Okay, this is in your 6th house. Remember, Aries rules for Scorpio, your 6th house, which is your routines, your lifestyle, your everyday activities, your habits. It's also work. Big. You're gonna have a huge work activation. A lot of y'all changing jobs, or there's some big things happening with work, starting your business, maybe side hustle, colleagues, employees involved here. Yeah, you're going to be having a lot of conversations, a lot of brainstorming sessions, a lot of that. It's Mercury, right? As well as health matters. There may be some here being like maybe taking up like weight training, or maybe you're doing, like jogging, whatever. There's something here that's just really exciting. And again, just fiery. Fiery, fiery, fiery. Some of y'all are getting pets too, by the way. But fiery, it's energetic. Like I said, it's very this, that, this. Like, yeah, right? The way you speak, the way you're going to be thinking, the ideas that you have, the way that you'll be communicating will be very bold, confident with conviction, very independent thinking too. Remember, this is Mercury in Aries. This is you, walking into Target and you're just like this, that, I want this, that, like be very, no dilly dally. All right. No, like, I want this. Is that this? No, you're going to know. All right. So just keep that in mind. The other thing is Mercury in Aries can be aggressive. It can be pushy. It can be competitive. So keep that in mind. There could be some, with colleagues, with employees, things like that. Okay, bosses, that may be a thing here. Maybe even with doctors, not agreeing with them. It is a 6th house. So just keep that in mind. When I say like communication matters as well, yeah, non-verbally. Like you give somebody a side eye, that's going to be a thing, So remember, use the high expressions of this, like sign contracts, have one, important Zoom calls that, take your, work to the next level or whatever you're going after. Go travel, go, start a business, all of that. Now, Wednesday on the 16th, hello, we got Mercury conjunct Neptune. I can't. Well, you're going to feel this. This is a conjunction. You're going to feel it all week. This is exciting. It's very exciting for 2 reasons. First, yes, remember, Neptune just moved into Aries for 14 years. And this is the very first time anybody on this planet will experience Mercury conjunct Neptune, because it's been 164 years since we've seen this. So it's rare, because Mercury conjunct Neptune is just rare in general, right? It only happens once a year on average. But remember what I said, the retrogrades that we've had, Mercury being retrograde, so flipping back. So we've had it twice last month. We had it twice in March. This is different. That was in Pisces. This is in Aries. Remember that bold energy. And it's happening at 0 degrees, that like new beginning, like really initiating now. Okay, it's like planting a seed. Yeah. And remember, this conjunction is going to play out. Now, remember, Neptune in Aries, that is, the archetype is that spiritual warrior that I've talked about, like visionary artist, visionary leader, compassionate leader, hero, all of that energy, harnessing those Aries qualities, right? But with that spiritual aspect that Neptune brings, like spiritually pioneering, okay? But confidence, leadership, right? Entrepreneurship, awakening to your authentic self. It's like conscious, right? It's at the same time that you are having this spiritual awakening with the North Node activated in Pisces. All right. So Neptune, dreams, creativity, imagination, art, the divine, conjunct Mercury. Wow. So this is poetry in motion, powerful storytelling. Mercury, remember, communication, writing, researching, all of that. Ideas. This is amazing. Creative writing. Oh, off the charts. You will not need AI to write your emails. This is going to be great. Again, communication in a very bold, powerful way, but also compassionately. Whole new vision here. Remember, we're talking Neptune, vision, visionary, all right? Visual, visualizing. Yeah, that's why I talk about vision boards. Please, this is moving the needle forward for your dreams. Yeah, it's very, conscious meets subconscious. So very intuitive. You are a Scorpio. You're one of the most intuitive signs. Your intuition is going to be off the charts. I want you to pay attention to your intuition. I want you to pay attention to your literal dreams. We're talking about Neptune here. They're going to be sending you messages. All right, you are going to be feeling this shift, and it's going to feel so just blazing for it. It's also very selfless, very rooting for the underdog, speaking for the underdog, you protecting the interns. So you're like, no, actually that was a Mercury retrograde mistake. Leave them alone. Do you know what I mean? That's Mercury conjuncting like Neptune. This is also astrology, tarot, mysticism. That's all part of this. That's what this is. So again, intuitive side really amplified here. Do things, use this, it's powerful. PR, advertising, networking, all of that on the table, okay, for your business, starting a business, even traveling, short distance. There could be family stuff here, but again, a lot of work, health, and your daily routine is just going to be very different by that. I would even say by like summer, you're going to be a very different place. I did a whole video on Neptune and Aries and what that means for you. I'll leave it in the description box or at the end of the video, because Listen, there's a lot of information there on what you can expect, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of like something that I said. Remember, Gandhi, he is the perfect example. He had Neptune in Aries. So that is what I'm talking about. That spiritual leader, that compassionate leader, visionary, for the collective, right? But who else had Neptune in Aries, was born with that? Was Julius Caesar. So you see how, again, that can be like delusional leader. And that is the lower aspect of this. And it is a strong Neptune aspect that's happening at a very strong degree. All right. So that can bring those elements of illusion, delusion, escapism, seeing things through this like make-believe lens, like very Seven of Cups, right? Like delusional ideas, like even just like this is a day where if you're going on a first date, like don't tell them that you're secretly Batman, like that. You know what I mean? Like, so use the higher expressions. This is going to be beautiful for you, okay? Jake Gyllenhaal, RuPaul, Meg Ryan, Olivia Rodrigo, they all have this in their charts. They have this aspect. They're creative AF, right? They're heard. They're seen. They're visionary. So cardinal signs, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your lover, or for your child, whoever it is, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, as well as Gemini and Virgo are going to feel this the most. Out of all signs, every sign is going to feel it though. And if you have any planets between 27 to 0 degrees in any mutable sign, that would be Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, or 0 to 3 degrees of any cardinal sign that I just mentioned, yeah, you will feel this the most, okay? This is your birth chart. This is that. It's happening. It's happening. What else is happening is just going to throw out there, at this point, the moon will be in Sagittarius, exiling Pluto in Aquarius. So, ooh, yeah. So big coming after that moon in your side. This is great because the moon will be trining Mercury and Mars. So it's just a feel-good energy. It's a feel-good energy, and there's something here with self-worth, self-value, home, family, all of that. That's even money, all right? That could be stirring up around this time that you love. Now, Thursday, the 17th, bump. I honestly, like, this is very, okay, so Mars is moving into Leo, okay? On April the 17th, this is Thursday, it's a banner moment. It's when we need a cowbell right now, but I'm just going to show you this. That's how we feel, right? Huge vibe shift, all right? This is, Mars is like, it's truly Phoenix rising from the ashes, like, what we've been going through with Mars retrograde, Mars in Cancer, this is it. So get very excited, especially if you want to be famous. Scorpio, that's why I need to spend a little bit more time with you, because Mars and Leo, first of all, Leo rules your 10th house of career. The 10th house is very public facing. It's career. It's your reputation. If you're not here for career, it's just what you want to be recognized for, right? If you want to be known as like the best, baker in your gated community, there you go. That's where you're exerting your energy, right? 10th house is also like honors and achievements and your reputation and fame. It's fame. Leo is all about fame too. So, whoa. Okay, career really amplified here. Remember, you've got all this Aries energy right now in your 6th house of work. So when you add those two together, are y'all having changes? Yes. All right. Mars is going to be here for 2 months. 2 months. What? Now, amazing, right? Mars and Leo, but very heart-centric, fiery heart, brave heart, right? Being your authentic self, and it's passion, it's action, it's your goals. This is amazing because, and by the way, it's going to be very fiery. You got Mars and Leo, fire sign. You got the Sun, Mercury, Neptune in Aries, fire sign. You got Jupiter and Pluto in air signs, yeah? Moon in Sagittarius at this point, like I said. That's fire and air, okay? Fire and air. You're going to feel this. You're going to feel it. All right. So really great Aries energy here, still amplified for you. Remember, Mars is a ruler of Aries. Yeah. Mars is your traditional ruler as well. So when I say you're going to feel this, yeah, it's strong. This is the pioneer, the warrior, the athlete, all of that. All right. Big. And Mars and Leo is very like, give me the spotlight. Mercury in Aries is like, how am I going to get the spotlight? Yeah. So big. All right. My way or the highway. With this combination, that's fine. That's fine. You deserve it. After the slowest months, the 6 months, it's been a long time. You deserve this moment. You deserve. So be proud of, excited, all of that. All right, because you still learned a lot through your karmic journey. North Node in Pisces. Big change here, right? Big change. You've been learning a lot about yourself, especially patience with Mars retrograde and Cancer. So good. Great. Mercury is now helping you communicate, thinking quickly, fast for yourself, initiating things. Mars and Leo is just passion. It's passion, romance, intimacy. You're going to feel a huge charge here. Huge charge. All right. And so even like, the Mars is like, libido. A lot of, you got the North Node in Pisces, right? So you've got Jupiter and Gemini. You have a lot of sexual energy this time. If you're here for that, so this is Mars and Leo. Okay. Leo rules the fifth is sex and, procreation. And so, well, maybe having kids. But anyway, just intimacy. But also remember, Mars is physicality. So just move your body. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel energetic. You're going to want to go. You want to Forrest Gump, jog to, across states. Yeah. Do some gardening, painting. Remember, all this visual energy, right? Creative energy off the charts. Go play hide and seek with, your friends, and you're going to find a place that nobody ever seen before. All right. This is great for hobbies, by the way. Mars and it's just exciting and fun. Leo, remember, is like royalty, king, queen. That's why it's like spotlight, right? Just commanding. You got Mars and Leo here for 2 months in your 10th house of career and fame. It's big. And with that said, Mars and Leo can, it can be pride. It can be ego. You got to think about, so very, only I get the spotlight, like that kind of energy. So just keep that in mind. Those are lower expressions. But at this point, just know things can, feel a little overwhelming after everything that we just went through, after the end of March, even last week, even that full moon that we just came out of. A lot of things being illuminated. Now you're just getting like fast tracked here, like warp speed energy. So at this juncture where we are leaving the old world, right? Moving into this new world, you moving into this new part of, era in your life, just trust your intuition, because it can be, very like, Rachel and Friends, like, what? And Ross, so just trust your intuition. Everything's going to make sense. And just know that, North Node's still in Pisces, right? So that spiritual awakening you're having, that's very like empathy, healing, all of that. So I really love this. So Mars and Leo really is all about taking care of you. Okay. But for you, helping others, supporting others, contributing to others. Yeah. All right. So very possible something from your birthday season coming up now. Okay. What did you want? What did you want in your birthday? Okay, so between November, December, I would even say up to, what did you want? And it was hard to get in terms of fame, in terms of career, in terms of achievements, social status, leadership, all of that. What did you want back then that you couldn't get when Mars went retrograde in Leo? You can get it now. You can get it now. Okay? So, full force. Go for it. Go for it. And I'm just going to give you a little wink, Scorpio. When Mars moves into Virgo, in June, the luckiest month of 2025, when Mars moves into Virgo in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams, and your future goals, and you're good. All right. So just remember, you're going through great change right now. And the secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Okay? Who said that? You tell me. You no Googling, all right? No, you get points if all right. Anyway, very, very ancient philosopher. Anyway, what else is happening here for you? Okay, so here's the other thing is that by the way, Mars and Leo, when I say embrace this energy, it's all about fame and royalty and celebrity. A lot of presidents had Mars and Leo in their charts. Okay, a lot of CEOs, Henry Ford. We're talking like Thomas Jefferson. We're talking Quentin Tarantino. Remember these trailblazers? Channing Tatum, John Adams. Was a Scorpio. Anthony Kiedis, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Scorpio. Demi Moore, Scorpio. She got Mars and Leo in her chart. So that is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Embrace this energy. It is in your house of fame, and only you, Scorpio. No one else, only you. All right. So April 20th is Sunday. We officially move into Taurus season. And listen, we're going to talk more about that next week because it affects, from the next 4 weeks from the 20th. And that's actually really great because it does bring a little bit more of that grounding energy from all this fire and air, for you. And you're going to have a lot of focus on partnerships and relationships, and when I say grounding, like really, really grounding. But anyway, let's keep going. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about the other aspects because you're going to feel it this week. All right. Now, on that same day, Sunday, that's when we have the Sun square Mars. You are going to feel this. All right. It's starting now. So you're building up. This is building up. It's a strong square. I talked about your monthly forecast. Think of a square off with these two planets. Like the fact that you've got the Sun in Taurus and Mars in Leo, right? Two fixed signs. Obviously, it's going to affect you're a fixed sign, Scorpio. So you're going to feel this. It's fixed energy. Neither planet is, it's like they're not really budgeable. So it's all about compromise, being diplomatic, because it can be exhausting if you're exerting all your energy in a battle of ego. Remember, Sun, ego, Mars, ego. So very bear pokey. Do you want this? No. You just went through some exhausting, like Mars in Cancer, eclipse season, Schumann resonance, off the charts energy. So remember, this is focusing on your prana, your chi, your life, life, the ether, connecting with the ether. You're going to be fine, okay? It can be a little, come at me, bro. So, and remember, this is for the collective. Everyone's going to feel this in different ways. So everyone's going to feel a little bit like impatient, impulsive, button pushy. Yeah, pick your Nicolas Cage character from any of his movies, right? So again, it's just the biggest thing here is be responsive, not reactive, and do not ever let anyone take away your power. All right. Don't let them bring you into their low energy frequency. Bring them out of it. You've got all this wonderful spiritual warrior energy. All right. Always be the better person in a situation, because there is going to be something here, likely with partnerships, relationships, mostly career, maybe a boss, maybe a colleague, mostly work stuff here for y'all. Intern, right? Like just be mindful, all right? On the flip side, this does have it gives you this huge boost in physical energy. Yeah, it is the Sun. It is Mars, right? So use this, okay? Channel that energy. Like I said last week, if this is a lot of buildup of energy. If you don't release it in some way, it's going to build and build and build. So you need to be able to channel this constructively. Remember, physicality, kickboxing, swimming, weed whacking, whatever you want to do. Just remember, this only happens once a year. It's going to pass. All right. And as long as you're vibrating at this high frequency, you're going to be fine. As long as you're being responsive, as long as you're being kind, as long as you're, in touch with your intuition, all that, you're going to be fine. Okay. Tina Turner, Lucille Ball, Jennifer Aniston, actually, they all listen, Nikola Tesla, a big one there, right? They were born with Sun square Mars. Look how when you work with this energy in this wonderful way, I mean, they've been working with it their entire life. You only got to do it once a year, all right? So look how successful they were with what they contributed to the collective. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, another big thing that's happening here. I'm very excited for this. And I want you to be too. All right. This is like emotional, like Mars trine Neptune, which, by the way, is what that's the MTN. So one of my absolute favorite aspects, if you've been a subscriber for a while, it is. And it's happening at a strong degree. And when these two planets that have absolutely nothing in common, absolutely nothing in common. It's like when you're, when parents put two kids together in the same room, they're like, go play. But it's like the goth kid and the cheerleader. They're like, do you know what I mean? But when you've got a trine, when it's in this auspicious aspect, yeah, they make magic happen. They figure things out. They work together in this wonderful, beautiful way. And so Mars being, again, your ruler, Mars is physicality, it's sexuality, it's libido, it's dynamic energy with the spiritual, compassionate, sensual side of Neptune, the artistic side. Use this, okay? Art, do paintings, go dance, jump in a lake. Do synchronized swimming, Marco Polo. Neptune is water. All right, whatever it is good for the soul. It's connecting with spirit. Go spend time in nature. It's a force of good. This is you being the best version of yourself. It's very magnetic energy. It's very soulmate energy. Yeah, Mars trine Neptune. Yeah. If you're in a relationship, you just feel that like it feels good. Again, this is having your 6th house, everyday activity. So something here with work as well, but even still, this is just really, really beautiful. It is, when I say, it's like if you're going on a first date, by the way, Scorpio, and you meet up with your date, this is when 10 minutes later, you go off to the bathroom, you're texting your girlfriends, you're like, oh, I found the one. This is the one, right? That's this energy. Beautiful. I love it. All right. So remember, it's all about self-belief too, self-confidence, spirituality. This is just creativity, imagination. It's the divine. It's so much faith in yourself, and that spiritual warrior. Actually, Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Thor. This reminds me of Thor. He's an actual god warrior, right? In the movies, transcendent leader. Yeah. Saving humanity. But sometimes, his ego got him into situations that, do you know what I mean? So again, there are lower expressions. Just let your intuition guide you. And it's going to be really strong here. Really strong. Yeah. Because Neptune is still at that very strong. You got at that strong degree, but also the North Node with Pisces, spirituality, spiritual awakening. So whatever you do, your purpose, your path to enlightenment, your karmic journey, there's an element with this aspect of whatever I do, how am I contributing to humanity in this wonderful, beautiful way through my art, my business, the book that I wrote, the movie I'm making, my invention, the time machine that I'm making, whatever your energy, wherever you're putting your energy. Remember, Neptune again, vision, visualize, visionary. What is your vision? You're going to know. Seize the day. This is very fighting spirit, fighting for a cause, for what you believe in. Ethan Hawke standing up, on the desk at the end of Dead Poet Society. Oh, Captain, my Captain. That's what this is. That's how powerful this aspect is that you're going to feel, days before, days after. This is confidence and leadership for what you believe in. That inspires others. You saw other people stood on the desk too. That's how powerful this desk is. Yes. And the aspect. All right. So anyway, you earned this aspect. It's so good. I love it. So what else is going up? Oh yeah. Also, we do have another golden triangle this day, with Mars and Leo, Juno in your sign, and Neptune in Aries. This is a little baby trine that I love. We'll talk about the second spread. It's just great. It's great flow. Now, Mars trine Neptune, all the fixed signs. That would be Taurus, Leo, you, and Aquarius. And, I'm going to throw in cardinal signs too. Yeah, Aries, Capricorn, Libra, Cancer. They're all really going to feel this. Everyone's going to feel this, though, exceptionally. Now, what else is happening? Oh, yeah, Mercury sextile Pluto. You're going to feel that, too. All the fixed signs are going to feel this. Remember, we had this March 25th, but Mercury was retrograde. So now, again, this is whoosh, confidence with, home stuff here. Home, the foundations of your life, significant other, children, family, parents, all of that. All right. So keep that in mind. All right. Intense relationships, love, and business too. There's something here. Finances, there's something here, right? Remember, Mercury's the mind, and Pluto, your modern ruler, right? So you see how active this week is going to be for you. Pluto goes deep. So you're thinking, you're processing, you're analyzing, very observant, you're going to be very curious too. It's just very psychological. Like you are really going deep in terms of what's next, or what do I have to say? What do I have to communicate? Big thoughts here. Yeah. Pluto, remember, so deep, it can bring things to the surface, secrets, right? Truth comes to light. Okay. So just keep that in mind. It might be you too. Is there something you got to say? Yeah, you may say it this day, right? But this is all for your personal revolution and your freedom, okay? But it is part of your transformation, really big. And then on the same day, Venus sextile Uranus, yeah, we just had this, right? On April 7th. But again, Venus was retrograde at that time. So now at this point, there is something here with partnerships and relationships in a huge way for you. Love, true love, romance, legal matters, contracts, marriage, big. And remember, it can be a one-on-one relationship, like with, I don't know, your editor, your publicist, your lawyer, whoever, right? So whatever resonates with you, you are not going to be bored this day. This is very restless. I got to do this. It's risk-taking energy, free-spirited energy. I like this. Okay, breakthroughs, right? That's Pluto, the Great Awakener. All right. So again, something here really big, really, really big. I'm sorry, I'm not talking. Well, that's happening at the same time on the same day, but Uranus is breakthroughs. All right, it's just both of them are. All right. Pluto's more breakdowns for breakthroughs. Uranus is breakthroughs, but the fact that you've got Uranus, Aquarius's ruler, Pluto in Aquarius, activated, all this fixed energy, right? You got Uranus in Taurus. So anyway, there's just something here that's big with relationships, partnerships, romance, love, sex, procreation, having a baby, things like that. Okay. Creativity, creative projects, and legal matters. So let's do it. Let's go. Scorpio, and lastly, the moon will be conjuncting Pluto. Big on this in Aquarius this day. So when I say this is gonna be that's your area of your family, parents, children, significant other, everything I mentioned, home, real estate, property matters. There may be something here. All right. So, Scorpio, let's get to it. Let's see what's going on for you for April 13th to the 20th for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Yeah, and again, this weekend you're definitely gonna feel and all the fixed sides are gonna feel the most. Anyway, Scorpio, y'all, come on, y'all crack me up. What are y'all doing? I do a traditional cult to cross spread, offers the best overview, yeah, especially for a weekly reading. And if we need to pull clarifiers, that we will secondly. Scorpio, I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Really big week for you, really. And it kicks off right away. It kicks off right away with the moon in your sign. You're going to be in the feels. The feels. Let's get started. I love y'all. All right. So, big change. Big change. Yeah. Big. Scorpio, listen, let's get to it. You are going to have some changes, okay? Big ones. Your life is changing, as I said. You're going to be fine, though. But listen, you got the Five of Wands. Yeah, what did I say? Let's see eye to eye with people, all right? If you got to see eye to eye. So remember everything I literally just said, like egos can be at play, and it can be you too, so it's just for everyone is going to be feeling that, but you can shift to the higher mind, right? This is a lot of come on. It's a challenge card. Yeah. They're not seeing eye to eye, but it is the least challenging of the challenge cards, the Five of Wands, because it's kids. It's kids that just swing their wands in the air. So there is a sense of not worth your time. They're not even hitting each other. They're just, do you know what I mean? So it's why are we doing this energy? So this is all about rising above, being seen, and being that leader. This is all about leadership. All right. With Neptune now in Aries, you're going to be feeling it with all the aspects Neptune in Aries is having, especially with work. Like I said earlier, They're maybe not seeing eye to eye with work, like colleagues, employees, bosses, contractors, whatever it is. That may be the biggest emphasis. But again, it's something that's easily solvable. So someone does have to rise up at this point and say, y'all, we got it. Let's work together. What are we doing? We're not going to go anywhere. And maybe there's too many cooks in the kitchen, whatever it is, someone's got to rise up. It's going to be you. All right. This is a Leo card, by the way. Mars in Leo. By the way, your 10th house of career. Remember all this Aries energy, Mercury and Aries in your 6th house of work. So that may be a thing. But again, you can't rule out partnerships. You can't rule out family. I already told you there's a lot of that happening too. So whatever resonates with you. The other thing is, it is competitive energy. It is just, there's something here where, remember, there's something building now with this fire and air. All right. So rise above, be the best version of yourself, and be that leader people look up to, right? Because you got the tower in the heart of your spread. I don't remember the last time you got the tower. I don't, in the heart of your spread too. Like it's, yeah. So I think I mentioned it last week. You are, fixed signs, to be honest. So that would be Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, you, right? And Taurus. It's just been, yeah, because all the activations that have been like really, 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 really strong was mutable and cardinal. So the fixed signs were just like, oh, I want to, where's the popcorn, right? So now you see we're moving into all this fixed energy. So now that's why I say buckle up, because you're going to start feeling a lot of stuff happening. Tower in the heart of your spread. All right. So the tower is that unexpected, somewhat chaotic, like you see what in the card, like what is going on, right? So there is likely going to be some sort of shakeup. All right. Like I said, Uranus is very active as well. Like there's going to be some, shakeup, and a lot of it may have to do with, I'm going to show you something. You see the lightning striking the crown off the tower. Yeah. So remember two things here. Well, the crown is ego. Okay. And so there's something here coming after that where it's ego's at play. Yeah. Leading to this moment. Now, the other thing is that, remember what I said, Mars in Leo is going to be strong. This card is attributed to Mars. Mars is your ruler. Traditional ruler. And so remember, I said Leo is like royalty, being seen, all of that. I mean, that's a crown, tiara, however you want to see it, whatever it is being knocked off. But the tower moment, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. I've talked about eclipses too. I did a video, so anyway, even eclipses can game change, and we're still feeling the impact, right? So anyway, there's just going to be a shakeup. You may not see it coming. If you're trusting your intuition, if you are vibrating a high frequency and being that leader, you will see it coming. You're going to see it as a blessing in disguise, because remember what I said, the tower moment, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. When that tower crumbles, you can see a lot more clearly. You can see into your future, right? The second thing is what comes after the tower, the star, the card of like healing and it's wisdom, and the stars aligning for you. So there's, just keep that in mind. There may be something here. All right. Maybe something here. Also, actually, it really also could be something that when you got the Queen of Wands here, stuck. 2 cards. Okay. Well, you got the 6 of Pentacles. Well, that was weird. Let me just unsticky that. Oh gosh. Okay. So, all right, let's do both. So here's the thing. You got the Queen of Wands here. So she is the entrepreneur, right? So when you add all this together, and it lines up perfectly with the astrology when I say something with work, their career matters, or just something that where you want to be recognized, right? There's something here. It's indicating, it looks like there's someone, the Queen of Wands in your challenge area. Yeah, there's your, we got to see eye to eye about this. There's your, like, someone who is very, at this point, maybe like you're seeing her as like Regina George and Mean Girls. There's someone here that can be really just like, a little pushy. It is, there's some, okay, so just work with that energy. Okay, work with that energy. It definitely is. The other thing, maybe likely someone like, let's say, like your favorite boss. Yeah. if, you know, they leave suddenly. That could be another thing. And now someone new has come in, right? Devil Wears Prada. Like that kind of energy. And you're like, oh my, like I can't work with this. But that is why it's like, you know what? Now I know, like, you know, I already have enough experience here. And now I can start my business or, you know, get a bigger title at another company that pays more. You know what I mean? Like this is meant for you. Even like that 6 of Pentacles, even, you know, in your challenge area too, that is actually that's actually like, yeah, that's so much harmony. That's support. That's, you see the philanthropic man here with a hand gesture, same hand gesture as a Hierophant. So yeah, that's that blessing. Yeah, he's helping the others those blessings. And so even like blessing in disguise. So I want you to see it as that. Okay. Now you got the Knight of Swords in your crown. Yeah. Your mind, like I said, it's gonna be whoosh, 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 whoosh. All right. Knight of Swords is very like, he is bold. He is courageous. He's literally moving into the storm. You see the fire under his feet. Yeah, so your mind is going to be, and that's good. Again, he can be very impulsive. He can be very, yeah, you know, like I said, with the Sun Square Mars, right? So just be mindful of that, you know, especially when you're communicating, but it does look like there's going to be, the wheels are turning. So this is good. You got the 2 of Wands in the root of your spread. That says it all. The 2 of Wands is attributed to Mars and Aries, by the way. It's the most underrated card. Look, he's standing at the top of his castle, right? The world in his hand. He just won this big war. He's like, okay, what do I do next? Like, right? So there is this sense of like, maybe you've had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, just like him. He's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the castle, right? So kind of just like planning, you know, but at this point, it's like, all right, you got to do something now, right? And this may be that, you know, fire under your feet. Queen of Cups. That's what it leads to. This is someone who she has so much love to give. She leads with her heart. She is so much self-love. You need that first, right? The self-love, right? Her foot in the water emotions and feelings. This is her and that emotional intelligence. She's very intuitive. I told you some of these aspects, like, a psychic level. Look at her gazing at her. It's not even a cup at this point, but look at her. It's like a crystal ball to her. Like you are gonna like, and when you have strong intuition, everything falls into place. Yeah, this is great, wonderful. All right, it's one of very few cards in tarot where you see the actual color purple or violet. Right, that we're thinking of the crown, the third crown, everything. Right up here, the divine awareness. Anyway, you're going to be great. You're going to be in a place where it's just like, yeah, I needed this. Anyway, Scorpio, let's keep going. What, if you like this reading, would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. Scorpio, you going through so much. There's so much change happening. Okay. You know, I love y'all. I can't get this last card. All right, so I'm just taking one last look at. I'm just saying if there anything else but no, you're good. All right, so anyway, yeah, okay, you're good. You see, look, you see the story here, right? This was everything meant to happen. It's, you know, I've told you, even with a lot of the aspects that are happening with the South Node, things that are on the South Node that were even like Uranus coming out to play. Like if you've got to use the aspects. Don't let them use you. If you're not making those changes in your life, having those breakthroughs, the universe has got to be like, oh, you didn't make that change. Well, this is your destiny. Like, why didn't, like, so we'll make that change for you. All right. Now you got the Fool. So yeah, you are ready for this brand new journey, this beginning of the Fool's journey. You're ready. And I want you to take that leap of faith. This is confidence. What is confidence? It's taking risks, right? What is taking risks? It builds confidence. He's standing on the edge of the cliff. He's not even looking down. That's how much self-belief he has. And also belief in the universe. That's what I talk about with all this, like, you know, everything that's happened this week. Ma'am, you want to, and I want you to. This is opportunity. This is just this brand new cycle you're going through, new era, and you want it. You want it anyway. And that's I mean, you got the sun here. Anyway, So much innocence here too. I love it. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles in your external factors area. Yeah. Working hard, really getting like working toward your goals, your legacy, not being distracted. This is diligence. This is determination. This is all that. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so a lot of patience here as well. Patience because it's temporary. Like you're not going to be doing this. Like you're getting there because you're being so like laser focused and whatnot. So I really love this. And whatever, like I said, everything this week, and it's just life in general. Anything that you do, it's for other people. Okay, other people are involved. That's the same thing here. He left the village to not be distracted, but what he's working on is how he can come back and contribute. And do you know what I mean? So everything is lining up in this beautiful way. And yeah, there can be someone you're doing this with. Okay? There's a goal y'all have in mind. And it's beautiful. And it can be work, and it can be career, and it's pentacles. It can be money related. Pentacles are your physical reality though too. So something in your physical world, whatever you're investing your time in. And then you got the Three of Cups. Like, yeah, you do want that celebration. You want the end of something. You want the beginning of something new. Just like these three, sisters here, celebrating the end of a harvest, the beginning of a new harvest. They don't have to work anymore. Like this is, you're going to be good. This card is celebration. Move in that direction. All right? Move in that direction. You got a lot to look forward to, especially with the King of Cups and your final outcome. You got the pair. You got the King and the Queen in your future and final outcome. That's amazing. The King of Cups is you, by the way. It is Scorpio. And so look at his throne on top of the water that's a little bit turbulent, right? Nothing's going to knock him off that throne. That's how much of a leader he is. That's how much stability he has, especially with emotions and feelings and relationships. It's cups. Yeah? Mastery of emotions. And so this is very public facing. The kings are huge leaders, but very public facing, as opposed to the queen, which is more intimate, more, like regional. But even still, it's not, it's more like when you get the combo here, remember, I told you right from the beginning, the moon in your side, you're going to feel the feels. That's feeling the feels. But in this way of power, empowerment, self-love, self-empowerment, authority. You are the rock for other people, okay? People come to you. But this is, talk about like psychic level intuition, like very intuitive. A lot of empathy here, that King of Cups. I love it. All right, so Scorpio, you're actually going to be good. You're going to be fine. Honestly, just do not see that as like, right? But even if something does happen, you have to see it as like, okay, maybe that was the sign that this was the, a point of fatigue, or it reached its expiration date, right? There's so many things that happened in the past 2 weeks alone that was like, this has got to go, this has got to go, this has got to go. So anyway, you're good. You're actually good. Oh gosh. Okay. Scorpio. Yes. And we're going to go a lot deeper into what's happening for you, the lunations, and the fact that Juno just moved into your sign. That's going to be in this trine. Big. That's big. All right. And we'll talk about these trines that you're involved in. And then a lot of we'll pull more cards. Anyway, next week, yeah, Taurus season. Big stuff with Mars opposite Pluto. Let's prepare for that. Those are your ruling planets, Scorpio. Y'all are amazing. I love y'all. I'm here for you. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you.